The Turnpike Classic returns to center stage this evening as Oklahoma State and Tulsa renew an in-state rivalry that dates back more than a century. With mostly clear skies and temperatures still hovering around 96 degrees at kickoff, the atmosphere should be every bit as intense as the rivalry itself. Oklahoma State is looking to erase the memory of a dismal 1-11 season and has ushered in a new era under head coach Eric Morris, who arrived from North Texas, bringing several of his top playmakers with him. Among them is quarterback Drew Mestamaker, one of the most sought-after transfers in the country last offseason, along with preseason first-team All-Big 12 wide receiver Wyatt Young and preseason first-team All-Big 12 sophomore running back Caleb Hawkins. That trio has Cowboys fans believing a dramatic turnaround could happen sooner rather than later. Tulsa enters after a 4-8 season, its fourth straight losing campaign, but the Golden Hurricane have a standout defender of their own in preseason first-team All-American Conference junior quarterback Elijah Green, who will be tasked with slowing Oklahoma State's explosive new offense. Bragging rights across the state are always on the line in the Turnpike Classic, and with both programs eager to change their fortunes, expect an emotional battle from the opening kickoff. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboys at the Tulsa Golden Hurricane in the latest installment of the Turnpike Classic, coming up next.
Skelly Field, H.A. Chapman Stadium in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. It's the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Guys, I caught up with Coach Lamb before the game. He is thrilled to be back at his alma mater. All of the things that make this place so special, he is so familiar with. And he knows that he can bring this place to a better than a top 25 finish. He understands that they were good last year, but that was not enough. He is ready to take this team to the top here at home. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So Oklahoma State's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Golden Hurricane offense takes the field as we get this game underway. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Dropping back, it's Hayes. Got his man on the right. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Let's see what he can do with it. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Oklahoma State's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And that's a really good throw by this QB, man. Seeing the crossing routes, putting it on his chest so he can keep running across the field, get those yards after the catch. Nice job being on the same page with QB and receiver.
Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and then they'll get themselves into those rankings.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And the kicker starts the year perfect. Nice job, nice way to start the year. The offense takes the football down the field. Yeah, you want to get touchdowns, but getting points on the first drive to start the season, really nice job by this unit.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Lets it fly. Pulls it in. It's Smith. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. To the air. It's Hayes. Unleashes one. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to fire. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. Gets the back moving. Wants to keep it in the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. That slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be 4th down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Offense in a bunch formation. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
They'll move the wide receiver. Going right back to Coleman. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. And the Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Makes a man miss. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46. The Cowboys have this offense rolling. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Trying play action. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? Runs through a tackle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And the Cowboys will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. They'll line up for a second down play. Rides to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. You just hope this turns out not to be too serious. First quarter, game 1. It's tough to take an injury this early. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Hayes. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. And they're able to make the tackle. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The run inside. It's Hawkins. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hammond. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Cowboys come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun. Give on the inside. They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down. And the Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. It's complete on the right side.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Running inside. It's Hawkins. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Cowboys go back to work after moving the chains through the air. In the red area, it's Hawkins. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Cowboys will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing. He is stopped short of the goal line. They'll try it again from the 1 on second and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Cowboys!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A 67-yard touchdown drive there, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Tulsa will start this drive. The offense looks ready to go. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Hands it off on the counter. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The offense lining up for a first down play.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Hard running there. Here's a little room there. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get...
There he goes. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jones.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
To the air, it's Hayes. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Tulsa wasting no time. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Tulsa trying to pick up a 4th down conversion here. He'll keep it himself. He's inside the 10. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. They'll send the back in motion. He wants to throw it. Oh, they're after him. Had to throw it before he wanted.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. This is a big moment for this offense. You keep the ball this long, you have to finish the deal. 3rd and goal. Snagged out of the air. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. And the field goal unit is on the field. And this one is perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Bakes the grab on the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
The run inside. It's Hawkins. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Cowboys can really attack on this 2nd and short. Plows through the defense. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. Trying the run, it's Hawkins. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Timeout taken now by Oklahoma State. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. What will they dial up on 2nd and 8? Long way to go. Lets it go to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He wants it all. Touchdown, Cowboys! Made the grab in the end zone.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Hayes. Fires to the big fella. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Takes it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Final seconds of the 1st half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Picks up the 1st down. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. They'll ride the hot hand. On his feet at the 40. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's Missouri State sneaking out of here with an upset victory. And have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. As we check in on these top 25 matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football is. Back now to your game in Tulsa. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the 2nd half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
to go here in the second half, and Tulsa will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the...
Makes the grab in their space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll give it to the transfer. First carry. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keeps it on the option. Got enough for the... Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. They were rolling with the option, and the quarterback kept it, but he couldn't hang on to the football.
I'm impressed with this defense. They are locked in and defending the option right now. Guys are playing assignment football, and they're just doing a great job with their eye discipline. They saw the QB pull that ball. They knew exactly who had it. They got to him and created the turnover.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Callaway. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Looking to pass. It's Hayes. Quickly to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores. And going for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Running the red zone, it's Jones. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this offense comes through, and they needed to. They need to chip into this lead because being down a couple possessions, they needed to score a touchdown right there. Palmer, he comes through, he delivers. More work to be done, though.
You just got to have it, right? Now, if you're the offense, you're celebrating that touchdown. That was a huge play and a critical 4th down. But you're right, there's still work to be done. You've got to get back on the sideline. You've got to rally the guys and have a plan for the next time you come on the field to try and win this game.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, Dave.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Got it in the middle, it's Barnes. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Barnes. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Finds his big tight end. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Motion from the wideout. The offense changing the play. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. And the Cowboys look to keep this drive humming. On the ground with the counter. Got a little grass. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Dumps it to the back. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. The Cowboys decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Hayes. Fires to the middle. Oh, he can't hang on, and those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be 3rd down. Pulls and fired complete. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. They'll field this one in tight quarters. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Out of the gun, the inside give. Sweet cut there. And he used that spin move to put him in the spin cycle and gain extra yardage. And the Cowboys with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll run it again. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking downfield on first down. Complete. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the break. Oklahoma State is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, the running back has it. Finding some room. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He'll try it again. Push down for the tackle. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll move the tight end. Running inside, it's Jones. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Golden Hurricane might just throw this thing deep on 2nd and inches. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking downfield is Hayes. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Shakes off the defender. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. He'll take a shot. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. He'll try to do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. Pressure coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball...
There's a crease. Touchdown, Cowboys. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The Cowboys vault back on top.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 45-yard run to the house. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Looking to throw, it's Hayes. Makes the grab, it's Callaway. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. A strike downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. They're working that left side. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. And that last completion left him with 2nd and 1, and this is a fun moment for an offensive coordinator. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. After that run, picked up the 1st down, but there is an injured player on the field. Tulsa seems to have the whole playbook working. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Here's a heat. Took a shot as he threw.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
And he'll be brought down. Tulsa in a tough spot here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires left. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Quarterback making checks. Here's how the career starts. His 1st carry. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Keeps it himself. They stop him right there. They tried to convert with the run, and the defense was up for the challenge. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They kick it away on 4th down. Scanning the field is Hayes. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wells. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. The sure hands, it's Callaway. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Just keep slinging it. This time on target. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. quickly out to the tight end. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pocket breaking down. And they fail to hook up on third down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! And now it's a one-possession game.
And with that field goal, man, we've cut this to a one-possession game late. Now it's decision time. 2 timeouts in your pocket. Do you feel confidence in your defense? Or do you think you need to go with the onside here? Interested to see what they do.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. You work all off season for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So Oklahoma State guts out a 27-20 rivalry game victory against Tulsa in the Turnpike Classic as Drew Mestemaker gets a huge, long rushing touchdown to give Oklahoma State a 10-point lead in the fourth. They hang on for the 7-point win. Taking a look at the team stats, Oklahoma State had the edge in almost everything. First downs 24-14, total offense 449 to 350, rushing yards 216 to only 86 for Tulsa. Passing yards, Tulsa did have the edge there, 264 to 233, but third down conversion percentage, Oklahoma State had the edge 58% to 28%. Oklahoma State did have the only turnover of the game. That was a lost fumble, and the time of possession battle was won by Oklahoma State by exactly 10 minutes. Looking at the player stats, Baylor Hayes for Tulsa finishes 23 of 41 for 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. For Oklahoma State, Drew Mestemaker finishes 23 of 29 for 233 yards, 1 passing touchdown, no interceptions. You'll see leading rusher was Caleb Hawkins, 14 carries for 87 yards, 1 touchdown. Drew Mestemaker also had that 45-yard touchdown run. He had 7 carries for 69 yards. Leading rusher for Tulsa was Traquan Jones, 13 carries for 56 yards for him. Leading receiver for Tulsa was Oran Singleton Jr., 4 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown. For Oklahoma State, they were led by Chris Barnes, 6 catches for 54 yards for him, though Justin Bowick did have the only receiving touchdown of the day for Oklahoma State. Leading blocker for the Cowboys, it was a tie between Desmond Magia and Louis Canepa. Each had 7 pancakes, and for Tulsa, they were led by Malachi Preciado with 7 pancakes. Defensive leaders for the Golden Hurricane, J.D. Drew had a great game with 16 total tackles to lead the team. He also led the team in tackles for loss with 2. There were no sacks and no interceptions for Tulsa. For Oklahoma State, no interceptions. Enai White had the only sack of the game. Isaiah Chisholm led the team in tackles for loss with 2, and Evan Jackson led the team in total tackles with 9. Kicking stats for Oklahoma State, Sam Keltner finished 2 of 2 on field goal attempts with a long of 47. He was 3 of 3 on extra point attempts. For Tulsa, Marlon Hauk was 2 of 2 on field goal attempts with a long of 35, and he was 2 of 2 on extra point attempts as well. Punting for Tulsa, Max Tulin had 5 punts for an average of 44.8 yards per punt. And for Oklahoma State, Lachi Pazoban had 3 punts for an average of 35.6 yards per punt. Kick returns for Oklahoma State, Trey Page III had 3 returns for an average of 24.6 yards per return, and Chris Barnes had 1 return for 1 yard. He recovered the onside kick at the end. Tulsa, Javon Ross had 3 returns for an average of 17.6 yards per return, and Seth Davis had 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return. Punt returns for Tulsa, there were none. For Oklahoma State, Trey Page III had 3 returns for an average of 4 yards per return. Scoring summary in the first quarter, Oklahoma State got on the board first with a 46-yard field goal from Sam Keltner. It was 3-0 Cowboys at the end of 1. Second quarter, Oklahoma State gets a 1-yard touchdown run from Caleb Hawkins. Tulsa gets a 24-yard field goal from Marlon Hauk. And then Oklahoma State gets an 18-yard touchdown pass from Drew Mestemaker to Justin Bowick. It was 17-3 Oklahoma State at halftime. The third quarter, Tulsa gets a 2-yard touchdown pass from Baylor Hayes to Josh Smith to narrow the gap to 17-10 going into the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, the two teams cancel each other out. Oklahoma State gets a 27-yard field goal from Sam Keltner. Tulsa gets a 44-yard touchdown pass from Baylor Hayes to Orrin Singleton Jr. from 44 yards out. Oklahoma State gets a 45-yard touchdown run from Drew Mestemaker, and then Tulsa gets a 34-yard field goal from Marlon Hauk. And that gives you your final score of Oklahoma State 27, Tulsa 20 in the Turnpike Classic. The Cowboys pick up another win. Tulsa got them last year, but Oklahoma State gets their revenge this year and starts 2026 out 1-0. Headline from the game says, "Into the jungle, the Cowboys leaves Golden Hurricane victorious in this season's Turnpike Classic." The grammar is never completely there. They leave Tulsa victorious, they could have said. 27-20, the highlighted players were Baylor Hayes for Tulsa and Drew Mestemaker for Oklahoma State, the two quarterbacks. And you can see Tulsa led in passing yards, Oklahoma State led in everything else, and they get the win by a touchdown in the Turnpike Classic. Next game coming your way is going to be FCS Southeast at number 20 Tennessee, another 6 p.m. kickoff. But until then, from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Cowboys get the win 27-20 over the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, and we will see you next time.